Welcome back, everybody. This is Eggplant Evelyn with Food Literacy Center, and today we are going to be doing our Lesson 6 Fat Activity. This is our first activity that we're doing. Let us know what you think. Today we're going to be learning about another type of energy that our bodies need, fat. And for this activity, we are going to be doing a science experiment to see which foods have fat in them. The foods we're going to be using today: avocado from our recipe that we're doing later today, butter, olive oil, and 3 different fruits or veggies. And today I'm using apple, carrots, and cucumber. Before we get started, we're going to learn a little bit about our fats. So there are 2 types of fat. We have our plant fat and our animal fat. Our plant fats include foods like oils or olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fruits. Our animal fats are foods like butter, sour cream, also known as dairy foods, also fish and beef. And a great way to remember our different fats are that our plant fats are liquid at room temperature, and our animal fats are solid at room temperature. So these are the 2 types of fats that we have, and we're going to do our science experiment to see which foods have fat. First thing you're going to want to do is cut a square piece of brown paper bag. So I've already done that. I have my square piece of brown paper bag right here. And you're going to want to draw a grid with 6 squares on it. I've gone ahead and labeled them so that I know which square is which. And I've also labeled the different foods that I'm going to be putting at the top. Kids, this is a really fun experiment. You can use your clean fingers, or if you want, you can use a little cotton swab to help with the foods. So you can get messy if you want. Our first food that we're going to do is our avocado from our recipe today. So you can go ahead and take a little bit of an avocado. I'm going to be using a little swab right here, and we're going to rub it on our first square. So I'm just going to rub it, gets messy. Now what we're looking for is a mark. All of our foods are going to leave a mark. You can see our avocado is already leaving a mark. Our second food we're going to use is an animal fat, and we're going to use butter. So I have a little bit of butter here. I'm going to use my cotton swab. So I have a little bit of butter, and we're going to just rub it on our second square. So again, all of our foods are going to leave a mark. The difference is that foods with fat are going to leave a mark that doesn't go away, and foods that don't have fat are going to have a mark, but it will dry, so it's going to go away. In our third square, I'm going to use another plant fat, our olive oil. So I have my olive oil right here. We're just going to spread the olive oil. Wow, this is really dark. It's leaving a really dark mark. This is a good time to use the activity sheet. It comes with a data table so you can keep track of what you're observing. So we have our avocado, our butter, and our olive oil. So our next 3 squares are different fruits and vegetables that you would like to use to see if they have fat in them. The first one that I'm going to use is apple. So I have an apple slice that I already cut. And I'm just going to use my hands, and I'm going to rub the apple into the brown paper bag. Our apple is leaving a mark too. So I'm just going to rub it in. There we go. It even left a little bit of mark on the tablecloth. The next fruit or vegetable that I'm going to use is a carrot. So I've cut my carrot so that it's nice to write on. So I'm just going to use this end right here, and I'm going to just rub this carrot into the brown paper bag. It's making a little bit of a funny noise. We just want to rub it in there, see if we can leave a mark. I'm really squishing it in so we can see a mark. Okay, and then the last vegetable that I'm going to use is a cucumber. So I have our cucumber right here, and I'm going to use it like a stamp. Just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna press, get all the juices out onto the brown paper bag. So this is a good time to start making our predictions to see which of these foods are going to leave a mark. So you can see the cucumber is leaving a mark too. And you can use any fruits or veggies that you have at home. And if you look on our website, you can get examples of different animal fats and different plant fats to use in those two squares. But since we're making our recipe, we're using our avocado in our square number 1. So now that we've made a mark with our foods in each square, we have to do something. We have to wait. And we have to wait about 15 minutes. So if you're following along at home and you've done your squares, this is a good time to pause so you can let your table dry for about 15 minutes. So if you want, you can pause it and come back to the results later, or you can keep following along to see the answers and see which foods are going to leave a mark. And that's going to let us know that these foods have fat in them. So I already did this experiment about 15 minutes ago, so we're going to see the results. We're going to see the results in 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Here are our results. So what do you notice, kids? Which foods left a mark and which foods dried up and didn't leave a mark? Let's look at our first one, our avocado. Did our avocado leave a mark? It did. It's a light mark, but it's still there. What about our butter? Did our butter leave a mark? It did. And it's even still a little bit wet, and it really spread out. And what about our olive oil? Did our olive oil leave a mark? It did. Our olive oil did leave a mark. So you can see it's not as dark as our butter, as our animal fat, but it did leave a mark. Now let's look at our other boxes. This first one had our apple. Did the apple leave a mark? It did not. What about our carrot? It did not leave a mark. And what about our cucumber? Our cucumber didn't leave a mark either. It dried up, not leaving a mark. So that means that those foods don't have fat in them. Now, you can go to our lesson 6 on our website to learn more about the different kinds of fats and how they can help our body and how to learn which foods have fat in them. This is a fun, easy experiment, kids, parents, that you can do at home, just using a brown paper bag, a few foods, and a marker. We hope that you do this at home. If you did, take a picture, show us, and leave a comment to see which foods that you tried and found out that they had fat in them. For now, thank you very much for watching, and remember that you can find everything that you need for our lessons on foodliteracycenter.org and just click the curriculum tab. That'll have all of our lessons, our activities, and our worksheets. Please stay tuned, and at 11:30, Daikon Dave is going to be doing our guacamole recipe with our avocados. We hope to see you soon. Goodbye. Thank you.